Hey friends, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday night. How is everybody doing? My name is Dr. Heather Cardin. Welcome to Ask Dr. Heather. Here at Ask Dr. Heather, our community, we actually help you better understand and become a better detective about your own health. So you can actually look at signs and symptoms of what's happening. Maybe we help you examine your nails, your skin, your hair, maybe things that are going on within your body and say, I wonder if that's normal or that should be happening for my body. So as you're joining, let me know where you're joining from. Hopefully this is a question that many of you have been going, I wonder if that's really true. So the questions that I actually post or go live on are questions that I get from you all here from Ask Dr. Heather community, whether it's from my patients or from my Instagram or from my YouTube channels or from here on Facebook. And when I get a bunch of questions piling in, I know it's time to actually address that question. So the question is, do exogenous ketones break your fast? Well, 10 years ago, I would have said, I don't know what they are because they haven't made them yet, so they probably do, because the definition of breaking a fast was anything that actually has calories. So we would have used before water or maybe bone broth, that we call it God's Gatorade. So we would have said anything that had calories. You definitely could have had some herbal tea. You could have had, again, some very low calorie, low fat. Yes, I said low fat and low protein bone broth, absolutely lots of water, some plain herbal tea, some oolong tea, some aromatase tea, some herbal gray tea, things like that you could absolutely have when you are fasting. Rules have changed a little bit. So can you have ketones while fasting? So the answer is maybe. And you're probably like, what? Why is she saying that? So hello from Winnipeg. Good to have you here. What is going on with the temperature? I just heard from my husband and my son that it is going to get cold here. We're supposed to have another storm front coming in here in the Midwest. I'm coming to you live from Kansas City. It is supposed to be 7 degrees tomorrow. That is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So that's minus something a lot. It's supposed to be 7 degrees again on Friday. Not a super fan, but if it's going to be cold, let there be snow. So does an exogenous ketone break my fast? Big question of the day. So if you're already on a ketogenic diet, let me know that you're on a keto diet. Let me know how long you've been on a keto diet. If you're just starting the journey on a ketogenic diet, let me know you're just getting started or you just want info on a low carb keto diet. So the answer is, it all depends on what type of ketone it is. So if you're mostly using a beta hydroxybutyrate, because I can tell you, you can go to a store, a big box store, and it may say, I don't have a pretend jar here, it may say ketones in it, and there may be no ketone, no beta hydroxybutyrate, no acetoacetate, no acetone, and you know what? It's probably going to break your fast because it absolutely has no ketones. But if it is a pure therapeutic ketone that is bioidentical to what your body makes, so it is the R isomer, which is actually the DBHB, which is biological, which means your body can actually identify it, it can absorb it, it's efficient, your body can take it up, it's going to facilitate ketones, facilitate your body being in the state of ketosis, then no, it is not going to break your fast. But if it is some type of substance, whether it's a liquid or a powder, that maybe says ketones on it, maybe it's a racemic mixture, maybe it's the other isomer, that means your body can't absorb it, then your body could potentially reject it. If it's mixed with a bunch of other stuff, like maybe a high quantity of protein, 20, 30, 40 grams of protein, even though it's sprinkled with ketones, or you're mixing it with a juice, or you're mixing it with a bunch of fruit and blending it up, then that is definitely going to break your fast. So if you think about that for a moment, if you're in a fast, maybe you're just doing autophagy, you're on a low carb diet, you're not necessarily on a ketogenic diet, so you might not be in ketosis. Even though you're not in ketosis, still you want to extend those fasting hours like we talked about before to at least around, that 16-hour mark, so you can actually increase that human growth hormone, get that good autophagy going on. So if you break that and your ketone supplement you have is not one that's bioidentical, your body cannot recognize it, it can't uptake it into the cell, it's not going to facilitate the fasting and extend your fasting hours, but it's actually going to crash your hours because, again, it either has too much protein, and protein is going to initiate the insulin response, therefore you're going to get blood glucose and your blood sugar is going to go up, or it's going to have too much fat in it, which if you have too much fat in it, then your body could actually have a difficult time breaking it down, then your body's going to stop, halt, and start tapping into your own body's fat, so that could actually potentially be happen. Or if you're putting a bunch of berries or fruit in there, again, and this is if your goal is to extend your fasting time and to not break your fast, and you're putting berries and other things in there in your ketone, then actually could break your fast because because it's against a higher sugar content. You're going to stimulate the blood sugar response. However, it is okay if you want to actually, even with your Prove It's ketone, and that is the company that actually I was going to read the statement, but I don't think I need to read it. It actually is the only one on the market that utilizes the exact R BHB isomer with the D form of BHB that is a biological active formula that actually can be converted and utilized to efficiently and effectively by your body's cell. Everything else in the market today, and that could change tomorrow. We know there's a lot of companies who are leading in technology, but that, as of today, Prove It is the only one that actually can do that. And so no, it does not break your fast. But again, however, if you start putting other companies, again, they can say they have ketones, but if it's not the right isomer, then absolutely it can break your fast. So it's a common question that I get. Also a common question we get that is of coffee, but again, coffee is 0 calories. So that should not break your fast either unless you have a caffeine sensitivity or you have adrenal fatigue, and that stress will stimulate a cortisol response or a dawn response, or again, you have some type of coffee sensitivity, because people do have coffee allergies, coffee bean allergies or sensitivities. So hopefully that helps answer your questions here this evening. So here at Ask Dr. Heather, we try to bring some wellness tips throughout the week. On Thursdays, we do have a live Q&A where you can actually open time where you can just ask questions that you may have about things you've been going, I wonder if that's really true or not, or my friend told me this, or my friend told me that. So if there's things that you've been wondering about, just drop them down below. If you can't join me tomorrow night, then I'll actually generally read those. If there's a whole bunch of questions on the same topic, then I usually start with that major topic. So hopefully this helps clarify the topic that you've been wondering about. All of you who've written in about, does exogenous ketone break my fast? Again, it depends. It could or it could not. So hopefully that, again, answers that question. Again, this is Dr. Heather coming to you live from Kansas City. I am the co-owner of Cardin Center for Wellness in Overland Park, Kansas. You guys have an amazing day. Again, let me know where you're joining from, and stay warm wherever you are if you're in the middle of a cold season. I know my friends over in Australia, I think they're in the middle of summertime, enjoying it nice and warm. I know my friends up in northern Minnesota have been in the minus 50s, the minus 60s, I mean, it's super, super cold up in northern Minnesota and northern North Dakota. So stay warm, get moving, keep your head covered, keep your hands and toes covered. That'll also keep your bodies nice and warm. So Melissa's saying a minus 37 Celsius with wind chilled. So definitely keep your body temperature warm. Definitely keep your body warm when you go outside. Keep your neck covered to keep your thyroid protected, to keep your body temperature up and going. So movement is super important to protect your body's organs like your thyroid and like your adrenal glands, so they don't get shocked when they go outside. So have an amazing day and stay well hydrated, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.